Now let's take a look at the 4 reports that are currently available with the program. And the reason you do the work of loading all your expenses and purchases into the program is so that at the end of the tax year, or at any time when you'd like to, you can push the button and see your status. And also use the reports you can print as backup to your tax filings. So let's go through them one at a time. Here we've got first the print tax report for the year 2019. It defaults to the current year, but you could change that to a previous year and see the previous year's information. And now you've got the option to look at all taxable purchases or only those taxable purchases which still have a balance due to your state. So let's first look at them all for Jane in 2019. And we see that she has a 2-page report showing her with a net tax due to the sales tax due to the state of Massachusetts of $91.63, but also a sales tax obligation due to the state of Rhode Island. And this obligation was incurred while Jane was a resident of the state of Rhode Island at the beginning of the year. And according to the report, she owes the state of Rhode Island $419.30 in sales taxes. Now let's do that again, but look at the summary report. We'll be able to see things a little more clearly. Once again, obligation to the state of Massachusetts, $91.62. Itemized, obligation to the state of Rhode Island, $419.30. Jane can attach copies of this report to her filings as justification for the amount claimed, and hopefully the states will not feel inclined to audit her over her sales taxes. In addition, we have inventory and expense reports. Now let's look at the Inventory Valuation Report. This is a cumulative report of everything that you choose to carry in value for your home inventory. It is not strictly a year-to-date report. When you select the report, it gives you the option to declare a minimum item value of the items that you'd like to see on the report. It defaults to $100, so we'll use that. And remember that anything you've declared with location gift or location consumable will automatically be excluded from this report, regardless of its cost. And here we see Jane's report. We only see 2019 items because I've only entered items for Jane in 2019, but previous year's items would show. Note that each item has a current valuation, and as we've seen, that can be updated on the user interface as values change. Here we have the wine purchase as an investment, currently valued at $1,200, but Jane anticipates that the value of the wine will increase over the years, and she'll be increasing that value for her inventory. The next is an inventory report by category. And you once again have the option to declare a minimum value of the items that you want to see on the report. This report, I think, would mostly be useful if you simply want to check and keep tabs on what you do own in different types of products. And maybe keep a check on yourself to see how much money you're spending on these different types of items. As you can see that the item subtotals are on categories that you declare when you enter the items into the program. So here again, there are occasions when you might want to enter items that aren't taxable, but that you do want to show on your personal inventory. And lastly, let's look at the tax year expenses by category report. Now this one is going to show everything. Note that it is a tax year report, which is a clue that it's designed to help you with your income tax filing. The purpose of this primarily is for people who want to itemize deductions on their federal tax returns, or who might want to, once they see at the end of the year what the value of their deductible items is, and compare that to the standard deduction. So let's look at Jane, and we're going to see some purchases that we didn't review individually. To begin with, I'm going to expand this a bit. We see purchases of prescription drugs. Jane is taking a prescription medicine called Cozar, and at her dosage level, basically it's costing her about $2,200 a year to buy this drug. Now note that she has no tax obligation because prescription drugs are not taxed in the state of Massachusetts, nor are they taxed anywhere that I've found except in the state of Illinois, which taxes them at 1%. I won't comment further. But even though she doesn't have a sales tax obligation, prescription drugs would be a deductible expense if she chooses to itemize her expenses. Another example would be, it's a 3-page report. On the 3rd page, we see a category, medical devices prescription. Once again, in the state of Massachusetts, prescription medical devices are not sales taxed. However, there are some states in which these devices are taxed. Some states tax only non-prescription devices. Some states tax both prescription and non-prescription devices. So this could be an important expense for you, whether or not you're paying tax on it. In this case, I've given Jane a CPAP machine that she was prescribed, and that cost her $883. So you can see the value of this report. If there's a possibility that you will want to itemize your deductions on your federal tax return, someone like Jane, who has a pretty nice lifestyle, probably consults with a tax professional who tells her to keep all her receipts for everything she buys and to give them to him or her at the end of the year. Now, Jane has decided on her own that she is going to enter these expenses into her database and then present him a report at the end of the year. and possibly even ask him for a discount because she did the compilation for him. Note also that most of the items on this report would not be deductible from your federal taxes, but they are still showing on the report. So Jane would have to pick through them and find those items that were deductible. So those are the 4 reports available to you. They should make if you use the program faithfully, they should make your tax filings much easier come the end of the year. And you should also be able to keep an accurate and complete list of all your valuables for insurance purposes. I'm going to conclude this video at this point, and in the next one I'm going to show you how you would attach documents and pictures to an item that you purchased or that you simply want to declare for potentially as a federal tax deductible item, but how you can attach them so that they're very easily retrieved if, for example, you were to have a theft or a natural disaster loss. So that'll conclude this video, and once again, thank you for watching, and I will see you in the next one.